I truly let it consume my thoughts, my being, and I defined myself by what other people thought about me and by how I was doing in my relationships, and let that kind of chart the course of how I defined, well, I'm okay or not okay based on those, and whether I was approved or not by those people. That truly became the thing that I worshiped most. My name is Kelsey Durrenberg, and I am from Louisville, technically just outside of Louisville, in a place called Oldham County. Relationships became super unhealthy in my life. I put them on the throne in a place where only Jesus could or should be, and I let my relationships with people take his place on that throne, and I worshipped people as my idol, my relationships with them, whether that was from boyfriends, which certainly in times in my life that I was a little boy crazy. I really wanted to meet the man of my dreams and sail off into the sunset and live happily ever after. But I also really wanted to belong in a group of people. I defined the success of my life by those relationships, how well they were going. If they weren't going well, then I was a failure. If they were going well, then I was on top of the world and I was doing great. I completely defined myself by those relationships. And in college, I was so eager to get people's approval, or just wanting them to like me, that I was willing to stoop to any level to receive that like or that approval, whether that meant gossiping or whatever. And I feel like the Lord used moments of failure in that, like when I gossiped about somebody that I really cared about and was just telling somebody something without thinking about it, like talking without thinking. Sometimes I would become an unsafe person by sharing something that I wasn't meant to. And in that, I hurt a lot of the people that I loved the most. And I think that losing some of those friendships or going through strife in those friendships, the Lord used those to bring awareness to my sin and to my selfishness and to my pride. And just to kind of be like, hey, like, even when you are unfaithful, even when you become not a safe person, even when you change or are inconsistent or whatever, I'm going to be faithful to you. And I feel like I truly saw him in those dark moments. And I remember this time in my life where I was living with my best friend, and we weren't in a good place at that time, and it was my fault. And I remember sitting in our little apartment with the dog that was hers, and just playing with him and just thinking, I'm totally alone. I don't have anybody that likes me for me. I don't have a best friend. Everybody in my life would choose someone else over me. And I felt the Lord kind of be like, no, that's not true. I choose you every time. And I kind of had that feeling on the inside and was reminded of that. And then I had someone who wasn't even a friend at the time, but has since become a friend. She prayed over me, and she said, this is really weird, but like, I'm praying, and as I'm praying, I'm getting this image, and I don't know if this means anything to you, but I'm getting this image of you, and you're throwing this red ball with your yellow dog, and you're thinking to yourself, I'm alone. Nobody likes me. Nobody loves me. I'm completely and totally alone, and I don't have any friends. All I have is the love of this dog that's not even mine. And I'm so glad that she was brave enough to pray what the Lord put in her mind, because it was the catalyst of change in my life. And when I really realized God truly sees me and loves me for who I am, and I'm already accepted by him, and he is faithful, living out that 2 Timothy verse where it says he is faithful. Even if we are unfaithful, he remains faithful, because he can't deny who he is. He is not going to change who he is. He's unchanging. And so his opinion of me is based on Jesus and that approval that I've been given because of Jesus. And he never sees me through a lens of anything different. And so he's always going to be my friend, and I'm always going to have him and have that security because it was bought through Jesus. And he sees me through the lens of Christ. And so I always have a faithful friend regardless of what happens. And I started living by the mantra of, this world can take anything from me. It can take anything from me. Anything could disappear. My friends could go away. My husband could die. My kid could die. My friends could leave me. But no one can take the Lord from me. It's the one thing in this life that is always certain. It's the one thing in this life that's never going to change. It's the one thing that Satan can't take from me because of what Jesus was willing to do for me.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching that video. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can continue to explore faith with Lane and Roses all week, and go ahead and check out our next video right over there.